And work to tear down the old Iowa-bound I-74 bridge is moving quickly. Here's a look at what remains of the westbound bridge right now, with some parts of the spans already gone. Crews are expected to remove the towers and cables later this summer using explosives, just like they did with the Illinois-bound side last month. But the old bridge can't just simply go away. The millions of pounds of steel have to end up somewhere. News 8's Jenna Webster takes us to a company that's been tasked with recycling a piece of Quad City's history.
For months now, all eyes have been fixed above the Mississippi River, as we've watched a piece of history come down one small section at a time.
I remember them building the span across.
All leading up to one final moment where history goes out with a bang. But what comes down must eventually end up somewhere else. Dell's Metal Company and Midwest Recyclers are tasked with that next step of the process.
So when it all began and we heard that the bridge was coming down, it was one of my goals that I was going to figure out how to keep all of the steel coming off of it locally here in our community.
Christina Caldwell is the vice president and president of the two companies.
Pretty much anything that you have seen or drove over that was metal has came to our yards.
And those scrap yards are now overflowing with green.
Millions and millions of pounds.
Where the old starts to get scrapped into something new.
They're all different sizes, shapes, so you have to figure out the best and most efficient way to cut it.
The different cut-up materials, such as the steel beams or the cables, will then be sent to a mill to be melted down into a new product.
It could very well be made into a new beam that's going to go up somewhere.
The future of the old bridge seemingly endless, but the recycling process revealing more pieces of its history.
It was really neat to see what they did back in the early 1900s to be able to make that suspension cable, how they were able to take hundreds of pieces of very thin galvanized steel and wrap it and secure it and it hold all these years.
Those iconic twin spans that stood watch over the mighty Mississippi for decades, now finding a new place in history. In Davenport, Jenna Webster, WQAD News 8.